Well, hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Jake with you here. Just got thing to say. I got most of the Excelsior done for the 1000 Excelsior, which is going to be the USS Hounsfield for my client, and waiting on some Aztec masking to come in from Aztec Dummy or from Lou Del Maso, but in the meantime, we got another project that I got to start for this same client, and he has requested a kit bash, and I've never done one before, so this is going to be my first kit bash that I'm doing, and hopefully I can get some feedback from the viewers and whatnot, and just to let y'all know that I am now officially above well over 150 views on my channel, so I appreciate all the views for that. Got some stuff coming in, so a couple of big ships coming in. The same client has requested, sending me two 1/350 scale Enterprise refits to do, and he's got it all. He's got all the works for it, so we're going to be starting that soon when I get them in. But started a new project tonight. It's another 1/1000 scale Reliant. It's a kit bash, and this one's going to be, I believe, well, I'm just going to leave the surprise for the big reveal. But this is going to be a Reliant body with a couple of fabricated parts with some sheet styrene and whatnot, and it's going to be kind of cool. So I'll take you to the model and show you what I've gotten done on the progress so far. So here we go. Alright folks, well here we are. This is the excuse me, the 1/1000 scale Reliant main body, and we've got, this client has requested a few things. This notch cutout here, this resin piece, and these pieces here. It's got several things going on here to this, and it's actually going to look pretty nice when it's done. This is my first kit bash, so I'll take you through some of the things that we're going through here. These resin pieces come from a company called Design Normally, or Anomaly, and the owner of its name is Dale, and it's Multiverse Models. So if you need any resin pieces made for your scale modeling, well, this is the company to go for. Also, the client has sent me some resin pieces to do several kit bashes. This is the first of one of many, but this is a 1/1000 scale deflector dish with I guess that's photon torpedo tubes on the front there. This will work on the Reliant or the Enterprise refit, and I'm not sure if it will work on the 1/1000 scale TOS Enterprise. So haven't tried that yet on that one, but got that, and kind of go over the instructions here of what's from this. It shows to different, several of the pieces to do here, and what I've got to do is for a piece that goes, well, let me get this piece out here. This piece here goes on right here over the impulse area. So what we got to do is I've got to go through and sand all this down right here, make it all nice and level, to where this will sit nice and flush right there. And this also has an extra a cargo bay right here, and we've got some decals, nice decals that come with it. And this is going to look nice, and it's going to have some cannons and stuff like that sitting up on top of it. So but you got quite a bit of detailing to do before you get started here. It takes you through and shows you what to do where the sensor dome would normally be, to put the there's a different piece like this piece right here. There's another piece that'll go on the bottom that kind of looks like this, and it'll have a gun coming out the side. So what I had to do here is I had to the instructions tell you to cut out the BC deck, and let me flip over to the page here and show you here. Right here it tells you to cut out the BC deck on here, and so that's what I did, is I cut out the BC deck, and show you right there on the bottom is I glued it in, and got it nice and level and flush, and I'll put some putty on there before I prime it and get it ready for light blocking. And what I did is these resin pieces are pretty soft, so what I did is I took my Dremel tool with a sanding bit and bored out a hole here, and then drilled the hole straight forward to where I can put a floodlight in right here. Now the hole may be a little bit too big, so what I'll have to do is put some putty in there and resand it once I get the floodlight in there and set to where I can kind of gauge how I want the light to be, but it'll you know, shine out here real nice and pretty. And so got that done, got it all cut out and glued in. Took some Tester's model glue in this red tube here, and got it glued in there, and made it look real good, so it'll hold nice and tight in there. And then once this dries tomorrow, I'll put some this putty here is really good. I found this stuff at my hobby shop. It's Vallejo plastic putty, and it's really good. It's got a real small tip to it, narrow gauge tip, to where you can just get right up there and just basically, you know, you don't have to do any taping or whatnot. You just take your finger and just basically just wipe it off with a towel and make it all look nice and neat. So that's what's going on with that. And right here, this was kind of interesting to do. This little piece sets right in here like this on top of the bottom lower saucer. So what we had to do is we had to cut out a notch. I'll take you over behind here and show you. You cut out a notch to make this where it sits down in there flush. And being that this is my first kit bash, what I did is I accidentally cut the hole just a little bit too big, about an eighth of an inch, quarter of an inch too big. So what I did was I put the piece down in there, used some CA glue and my Instaset here, which, you know, a couple of spritzes of it, and it bonds it instantly, so it's there. And then excuse me, and what I did there is right here on the front, there was that little bitty gap, so I used some sheet styrene to cut out and fill that gap in. And when I did that, I cut a little piece of sheet styrene on the back side and used some CA glue there to bond them together to where there's no flexibility in this little piece here, right here. I'm sorry, I was out of shot there, but I'll show you right there. And that just kind of made it double hard, where it'll be stable and sturdy. And I got to use some strip styrene right here. When I get the two halves together, there's going to be a little bit of a gap, so I've got to come in here with some strip styrene and go right here to where it closes that gap off, and then I'll putty it once I get all the lighting and everything put in there. So right here, what I did is I took some squadron putty and put on here, where this will be nice and hard in the morning. I'll sand it down and may have to do another coat for it. And then I drilled a hole right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a blue 3mm LED to kind of illuminate this light right here, and I'm going to have to fabricate or try to find a piece to cover that to where it's not so bright, to where it kind of deflects it out a little bit. So it's going good. And right here, the client has requested this piece. This piece actually was the NCC 2000 Excelsior impulse crystal deck. So what he wanted that put on here, and so what I did is I shaved off the bottom the impulse deck and glued this on. Got a hole cut in for it to where I can mount some blue LEDs down in there. So it's coming along. Got a lot of fabrication to do. This particular model has got, let me see if I can find the sheath is what it's going to look like. So hang on just one second. And I'm dropping things here. But here we are. This is going to be what it's going to look like when it's done, but with a few added extras in there, which is going to make it look really, really sharp. You know, I've got to cut in, I had to cut in that notch, and then this is what I'm going to have to fabricate right here, is these shoulders, and then I'm going to have to fabricate the wings, and these are just the Reliant nacelles, so it's going to look pretty cool when it gets done. And I'll do a video build-up series on this one as well. May not do too much on the lighting, but I may just take you through a little bit step by step and occasionally and show you what's going on with all this. So it's gonna look pretty cool. So we'll keep you informed, and until then, in the next couple of days I'll have this pretty much sanded out and ready to go. So the next video series I'll do I will have this primed and light blocked, and I'll start laying in my wire and my LEDs. So still got to go through, yes, and one thing else on these 1/1000 scales, I got to go through and drill out all the windows for this. So gonna do that, and by the next time you see me again, I'll have pretty much everything ready to go for laying down the base coat and having all the wire, all the holes drilled for the lights and everything. So looking forward to it, and it's gonna be a fun build. So again, we'll talk to you later. Have a good night.